Hi guys, welcome back. I'm Chris.
I'm Camille.
And I'm Lisa.
And we're the Salty Purls. Welcome back to our second podcast. Super exciting. We want to thank everyone who watched our first video, who subscribed, who commented. You guys left the sweetest comments. Everybody who checked us out on
Really
Instagram.
Nice.
It was very exciting. We're excited. We're glad that you guys are enjoying this podcast because we're enjoying actually doing it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally.
So, how's everybody's week been? It's been a big week around here in New Jersey.
It has. Yes, it
Big
has.
week. Back to school. It's a little bittersweet.
Mm-hmm.
I did not like setting the alarm.
No.
Oh my god.
But I loved that little bit that they were away. I did almost forget to pick up the kids the first day.
So funny.
I kept going, don't forget to pick up the kids, don't forget to pick up the kids. And then Joe and I went out to breakfast. It was great.
We got your big 3 hours.
Big 3 hours. And we were down at the marina talking to Dusty Buns, Captain Dusty. And I go, oh my God, it's 10 after 12. I gotta pick up the kids in 5 minutes. So, all that trying to constantly remind myself went by the wayside, and I skidded, up there, and I have to say, I was kind of like, oh, it was a little bit of a ghost town. And just having, half the school not there was enormous. And even a drop-off, too. But
The bus is the same way.
Yeah.
I actually had Steve walk Colin to the bus today because there was nobody there and I didn't want him standing out there by himself. I kind of felt bad.
oh,
especially
yeah,
when it's
because there's
drizzly.
nobody here.
Yeah.
There's nobody there.
Yeah.
It's very strange. Sean even was telling me there's 9 kids in his classes. He's like, there's nobody here.
Actually, JP said going in, I forget which class, he was in, middle school, he was the only kid.
The only
Everybody
kid
else was at home. He was like, I was the only kid in the class. I'm like, well, that's kind of
Wow.
good.
Yeah,
get a
that
little-
is.
It's like his own personal tutor. For
Seriously.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I
Right,
forget
hey.
which one or which teacher it was, but I was like, holy cow.
And so what did Gavin think? This is his first year.
Oh my God.
Luciana too,
Gavin, Camille came over right after, a little while after they got out of school. And Gavin was sitting on the couch, just staring straight
Like this.
ahead.
He was like this.
He was
I go,
shy.
Gavin. He goes, yeah. I go, you look a little shell-shocked their first day, 6th grade. He goes, yeah.
Then maybe it's a good thing it was only half day. It kind of.
He fell asleep on the couch, which he never does. He doesn't allow himself to fall asleep at all. And just passed right out on the couch 20 minutes after he got home. And then Camille came over and he was just and he was like a zombie for the rest of the day.
Total zombie.
Next day he was good. Next day he really enjoyed it, and he actually was like, why can't we go every day?
Yeah.
When can we go every day?
So
I
now,
think everybody's
back
asking
to
that.
school, when they normally go back to school, and I know this is going to sound insane that I'm asking this question, is it normally a half day or is it always a full day?
Oh no, I think you're right.
It's usually a half
for
day.
us, it's the first week is a half day, just like the end of the year. The last week is half
Okay,
days.
yeah.
Okay, so it's
All right.
not kind of out of
That out of the
too much-
ordinary
Yeah,
for the kids.
but
Yeah.
Okay.
it was good. I have to say, it's been it's been great for us. We haven't had any. Well, we did have a hiccup the first day with those.
That's because you can't follow direction.
What do you mean?
You're all over the place.
You're freaking directions.
No, you were
I
at the
just
wrong
signed
school.
in at the wrong
She was
school.
at the wrong school.
But I signed in.
Well, it would have been great if you were
I
still
just
in elementary school.
it was just at the wrong, and I'm going, how come they're only showing me elementary teachers? This is ridiculous. They have this all messed
Get
up.
your act together.
I had it all messed up.
Well, listen, if that's the worst thing that happens,
I just felt bad because I think they got put in the pen.
they were in
They were in
quarantine.
for the morning, and they're like, and both kids, I don't even think they were together because they both called separately. Mom, you gotta fill out the form. I'm like, I filled out the form. I didn't even have coffee at this point.
Oh my
You
God.
I'm like, I did. Yeah, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, that's why. But there was no there was no resources for that. No one said, hey, this is where you go they're like, oh, it's on the website. No one said where or what school, so it was just.
So essentially,
Now-
she filled out the form for the
now,
elementary school.
Somehow I'm getting text messages at 6:15 every morning from Bayshore. Even
Yes.
on days that we don't have to be there. So I was like, oh, good. We don't have to go in person. I could sleep a half an hour later. No, 6:15. Good morning. It's Bayshore. Fill out your form.
Yep, they do that.
They send you. Wait a minute. They send you a form.
They sent the link to the form in
Aren't
the text
you-
message at 6:15.
Aren't you on the Remind? I'm not. Steve is. Steve is the one doing the Bayshore form, and I'm doing the elementary form.
Where's the Bayshore Remind?
I don't know.
Oh, Camille, girl, you gotta get with it.
I am with it. I got on freaking Facebook just to get on this freaking Bayshore website because no one wants to communicate otherwise. I finally get on and I see nothing.
I don't know. We have to look at the notifications in your phone.
I think
Something's
it's
wrong.
me.
Maybe.
Well,
I don't know.
maybe.
They see the name and they're like,
Oh, no admittance.
Let's leave that.
Let's
one.
leave them. So,
Let
so,
sleeping dogs lie.
yes. So it's back to school. Last weekend was actually the New Jersey Sheep and Wool, which went virtual because obviously of the pandemic. So unfortunately we didn't have that live, but we were able to shop. I mean, you could go onto the link, find the store, shop where you want to.
there was a lot of good shopping to be had.
There
And,
was. And we had a little bit of a stir on our Instagram page. Miss
a little bit,
Lisa
a little bit.
Oh yeah.
is going to take it away.
I did a little collaboration with Christina from Chelsea Yarns. I work with Chelsea Yarns. And over the summer, she was ice dyeing everything, like masks and t-shirts and sweatshirts, and they were coming out gorgeous. And I woke up one morning and I had this little thought in my head, oh my God, I'm starting to sew, and what if she ice dyed some fabric? And I turned them into bags. So she loved the idea, and this was born. Now, these sold out
In under a minute.
in about a minute.
I can't believe it. Well, I
And,
can believe it. It's so amazing.
I'm hard at work sewing some more. So they'll be on Chelsea Yarns' website soon. Again, there's 3 different colors. So this one is the rose gold. It has, so it's the ice dyed fabric. So it's ice dyed, hand dyed by Christina. And then the top and the bottom are like a linen with sparkle, which is hard to see on camera, but I don't know if you could pick
Yeah, I
that
think
up.
so, a little bit. It's picking it up.
Yeah. It's a drawstring bag. It has leather, a rose gold leather handle right here. And then inside, I'm trying to keep all my stuff
You
out.
can fit quite a bit in
You
there.
can fit a lot in
Inside,
there.
there's a lot of pockets. There's 2 pen pockets in the back, and then there's large pockets all the way around.
Like slip pockets?
Yeah, slip
Uh-huh.
pockets.
You can fit a lot in there.
You can
Here's
fit a
our
lot.
label, Chelsea Yarns by Salty Purls. And yeah, so that was exciting. That was exciting to to have that on there, and you know it got such a good reception. And Christina texted me and she was like, "Are you sewing right now? Because you need to be."
I logged on
And
at
every
10:12.
minute afterwards.
I was like, oh my gosh, it's 10:12. I want to try and get a bag. Because Christina didn't even get a bag. Nobody got a
No,
bag.
she didn't get a bag.
No.
And the only reason I have this bag, I have to say, I messed up on the lining a little bit. It was one of the first ones. So
It's
that's
the
only reason.
prototype.
Yeah, prototype.
Prototype.
There you go.
Prototype,
There you
and
go.
it's a little screwy, so I kept it. But
And it was so, I was like, wait a minute. I was like, oh my gosh. And then you text and you're like, you're never going to believe this. I was like, wow, that went so fast.
Yeah.
As it should.
As
I
it
mean,
should.
it is
I
a
mean-
good, sturdy bag. Well, I mean, not that once they get it, they're going to be like, wow, this
Yeah.
is worth every freaking penny. Because I gotta say, as a sewer myself, I've had other bags where I'm like, "Ugh, I can't believe I paid, $80
Yeah.
for this.
I wanted there to be a little bit of structure to it.
Yeah,
So
I
the
feel-
bottom,
yeah.
the bottom is very
It's not gonna
structured.
Buckle out
It's
on
very,
you.
very sturdy. And the top is like a quilted fabric. It's kind of flush and.
You can fit a big
But it
project in
stands
that.
up on its
And it
own.
stands
It's not
up on
it's not
its
gonna
own.
flop down.
It's, you know.
If you want, you know, you can roll it down.
Yeah,
But it's
totally.
not going to be, you know, it is a good structured bag. It is even for, you know, keeping something in there and, you know, pulling out the yarn. It is just a really well-made structured bag with the interfacing. It's well interfaced.
Yeah.
You have to
I
do
really-
So that gives it,
Yeah,
totally.
I
beautiful.
enjoy making
Beautiful.
them. Thank you so much.
Yes,
Thank you.
so that
I
was
blown
very
away by the reception of it. So that was an exciting morning. And Christina had come out with her new yarn, her duets with the skein of cobblestone and the skein of mohair twisted together, and those came out to be some, you know, beautiful.
I snagged one.
Did you?
I did.
What color did you get?
I got the new candied apple.
Oh, that's pretty.
It's beautiful. I was like, oh, this was probably twisted by Lisa. It's like, do I use it or save it? But it's actually going to be a Christmas gift. I'm actually going to make the Abbey Cowl for somebody. So it's going to actually be a Christmas gift.
I love the Abbey Cowl. It's such a great go-to project.
Do
Is
too.
that what you're wearing
That's what I'm wearing. I'm wearing the Abbey Cowl.
With the cool cuff. This
Yes.
goes amazing with your hair.
It does.
It does.
That
Thank
looks
you.
gorgeous on you.
It does.
It
and the
looks
cuff
absolutely gorgeous
is
on you.
so badass.
I'm obsessed with the
I
cuff.
love it.
Obsessed. I think I
Yeah.
went running the day Christina posted that she had cuffs in the shop because I love the cuffs. But yeah, so this is
What color is that?
the cuff or the yarn?
No, the yarn. What color?
Okay, so
what is it?
So this is exposed brick. It's actually
Really?
my favorite color. I have a couple of things that I've knit in this, and it's one skein of 80-10-10, Lisa, right?
That is the. Let me see this.
I
This
don't
looks like
remember.
the single to
The
me.
single? Okay. Could be.
Yeah, that's the single. 80-10-10
and
single.
it's a skein of the single, and then it's a skein of the mohair. And truthfully, I have a decent amount of mohair left over. I even have, you know, the regular yarn left over. So,
But I have to say, it takes on a completely different color as exposed brick on its own.
yes, I think
Paired
that's
with the
mohair.
mohair,
Yeah.
It gives like a deeper or richer color when you
Yeah.
pair it with the mohair.
There's like
yeah.
a depth. You know, I don't know if it's picking it
Yeah.
up on camera, but you can really see like
No,
a,
I
like
see
a
it
beautiful
here.
depth of color
Yeah.
in the
Because
yarn.
alone, it's a lot lighter.
So Lisa can actually, we'll just, if you guys can see that, you could see the yarn a little better. Lisa will explain it because I honestly, it's Christina's yarn, but the designer of the
So the designer of the Abbey Cowl, she was actually a customer in the shop of Chelsea Yarns. She was actually there before I started working there, so I never got the pleasure to meet her. But she is the one that came up with the Abbey Cowl, and it's honestly my favorite cowl to knit. You knit it on a little bit larger needles, I believe size 11. I can look that up. And it's a free pattern on the Chelsea Yarns website. So if you go to her website, I believe she has a section that says patterns. We can link it below. And it's free. And yeah, it's just one strand of mohair and one strand of any other fingering yarn. It could be a single, it could be, you know, have a twist to it. But
I'm actually going to make this on it'll be the cobblestone and mohair, and I thought that
Oh,
that's cool
gonna be
because
gorgeous.
right, it's got depth to it. It's got
yeah, it's beautiful. And then the texture of the
texture.
little, you know, bobbles in there or whatever they're
You know
called.
what I was kind of wondering, because since the way, you know, they presented it in the bundle is that they twisted it together, and I was like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if you could like bundle it, you know,
Oh, so
spin-
like when you're caking it up
caking it,
to
yes, okay.
hold it together. I
And
never
how
tried- I
could,
never tried to
like,
do
maybe you could do it, is there a way where you can, like, sit one skein on top of the other and then just feed them both, like, find both and both ends and just kind of sink them up and through the winder
Yeah.
and then crank it away and kind of cross
That
your
would be
fingers
I'm
and
sure
hope
you
nothing
can.
tangles.
I mean,
I wonder if that would work.
I never
This way-
tried to do it, but that, you know, I'm sure it would work if you had something
I
that would
wonder.
hold both.
Well, you could just
That's
stack one on
convenient.
top of the other.
Yeah.
Find both ends and just maybe sync them together and then feed them, you know, through that loopy thing.
Yeah. And just cake it
And
together.
cake, you know, wind it together to just, you know, or would the mohair tangle up?
I don't have
Right.
tangling issues with
I
mohair.
have
I know
terrible
you do.
tangle
I-
issues with mohair.
Don't. But I'll tell you, the convenience of that would be amazing.
Yeah, that would be good.
Mm-hmm.
Just to not have to be pulling from two at once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and it's super warm. I have to say, I'm always cold. I'm anemic. So mohair for me is all the rage. I know if you're run a little warmer, you may not like it. I don't know how it would be in a hat. Your head would be sweating. Your head would be sweating.
Oh, totally,
Yeah.
totally.
So,
Yeah.
but yes, I love this cowl. This is my go-to cowl. I pull this out and wear it all the time. I would actually knit another one in a different color.
Yeah.
But so I did get to shop at Christina's a little bit. That was really exciting. It's the only shop I ended up getting to because the day just got away from me. We knit the night before. We had knit night.
Yeah.
And it was an interesting knit night. Lisa missed it.
Missed it.
We busted out the cocktails. We were
Oh, that was you were hustling lanyards
Yes.
for school.
we did lanyards for school for the kids' masks to go on when they have their mask breaks. So we had a ridiculous amount of people. I mean, we
Yeah.
were throwing lanyards from my deck down to people.
Second sipping Trulies, throwing lanyards. Yeah, it was.
Like
It was,
Mardi Gras.
it was Mardi
It was
Gras
Mardi
from
Gras.
her ivory tower, her deck. We were throwing them down and then handing out Trulies, and then I think we roped in one
mom.
woman to come and knit with us. We're like, come on, you can knit.
Well, it was funny.
Truly.
I never know because there were some people who came with masks on, so I didn't want them to feel like they had to come up and be
Right,
around because
right.
there was a lot of us on my deck. So I was kind of like, oh, I'll throw them down. Well, it was 5 of us.
No, well, I
Oh,
guess
yeah.
so. You, me, Margaret,
Elaine.
and then Elaine
Elaine.
came, but it was kind of here and there. But
Yeah.
yeah.
And then
I am so sorry. My poor dog is just howling away.
Phil is crying.
Phyllis cried.
No, that's Al.
Oh, that's Al.
Al.
So we hustled out the good fundraiser for school. We made some money. Yeah, so knit night was fun. So the next morning, it's very hard to get up after a late night. So I was definitely late to the party, but I figured I got the one thing I wanted, so I was happy. I would have liked to have gotten the bag, but it didn't happen.
I did not partake. I have a lot knitting and sewing. I got a lot Christmas sewing, Christmas knitting. So I did not partake. My stash is quite.
Here's Big Al.
Oh, here's
there's
Big
Al.
Al.
Here he is. He wants to come
he's
say
a,
hello.
Oh, a miniature bull terrier. Oh my lord.
Oh, say hi, Al. It's your big debut.
Hi, Al.
He's so excited. He never gets
Why
to be
the
at the
long
table.
face, Al?
Oh, now
Oh,
Phil wants
Phil's
to come
jealous.
up.
Come here.
Aw, poor Phil. Hi,
here, you wanna
boo-boo.
come
I
here?
know. You're so cute.
Phil, you're hard to pick.
His dog has gained weight, Camille. You better put that dog on a diet.
Quarantine.
He has
can I
gained
tell you?
quarantine.
Phil's got the quarantine, but this is size me. Feels like a toddler.
There's no more dogs. This is it.
This is it. But Phil and Al are like brothers from another mother.
They are.
Twinsies.
Twinsies. They're Oreo brothers. Yeah.
These dogs.
Oh. All right, now,
All right.
boys,
All right.
Hit the pavement.
hit the pavement.
Hit the pavement.
Okay. Can I please talk about my cowl or my thing?
Are you
'cause
getting
I'm
hot?
sweating. I gotta get it off. It is just not fall yet enough for me here in Jersey in order to, be
fall
wearing
for me.
all they're wearing. This is the Scania from Blueprint. And and the grocery girls did like a Craftsy video at the time. I think it was Craftsy, then it switched to Blueprint.
And now it's back to Craftsy.
But now it's back to Craftsy.
Is it still around?
Yes.
Apparently, yeah.
Okay, 'cause I got an email. Okay.
So we followed the whole grocery girl, you know, video, and you know, we were able at the time to go on, and you know, they gave you colors to choose from, categories. You know, pick from the darkest, the next darkest, the lightest, or whatever. So this is what I wound up, you know, with something very full, very St. Patrick's Day-ish, which I love, love, love.
It came out really pretty.
It so pretty.
They're very
Really
much
pretty.
my colors, and I wear it all the time. Really
I
all
love
the
it.
time.
And it's a faux cable,
It is a faux cable.
which I appreciated.
appreciated to. So at the end, you just kind of peeled one end, and it just unraveled the whole thing, and
Yeah.
you didn't even have to.
It was like fun and nerve-wracking at the same time.
Yeah.
I
So
think
and then you had a
it's full.
faux. Here is also a faux cable that you did, and it's supposed to look like a cable, but it really isn't. So it's really neat. You know,
That was fun, and
it
it was
worked
fun.
up so
It
quick.
was,
Yeah. We
It
did it as a
was
knit
fun.
along, so it was
We
fun.
did. It was like a salty pearl knit
That
along.
was a fun knit.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the salty pearl knit along. That
Oh.
was fun. And Lisa
Yeah.
is
What are you
wearing.
So I'm wearing the Arwen sweater. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of dark. But this was the first thing we all knit together.
And our Rhinebeck sweater.
Rhinebeck
Our
sweater.
Rhinebeck sweater for
18.
2018.
See, we
Yes.
didn't do the label.
Yes, we got the label.
And that came
Rhinebeck
from Green
2018.
Goat Ranch.
Green
Yes,
Goat
Ranch.
Purple
Ranch.
Rafa did
Um,
the labels.
So this is the Arwen sweater by Isabell Kraemer.
Mm-hmm.
And we all did it in Manos del Uruguay, Fino,
Mm-hmm.
which was so nice to work with.
Mm-hmm.
It knit up so beautifully,
I
and
think it's one ply.
yes, it's a single, and it just blooms so nicely, you know, when you block it, and it's just that feels like a blanket. I don't know,
It was
I
a
feel-
great beginner sweater too.
It
I
was.
feel like
It was.
you got your lace in. I learned how to do lace because this was mainly our first sweater. Was it your first sweater, Lisa?
It was my first sweater. too,
Okay,
yeah.
so it was all our first sweater. So we, you know, dabbled in lace and baubles.
And we did a knitting class. We did this actually with our knitting instructor.
Yep.
So
I learned a lot with this sweater.
yeah,
did.
I knit mine on the beach pretty much all summer,
Yep.
getting ready for because it's a fingering weight sweater. It was
Well, you know, when you're going to
long
Rhinebeck,
stitches.
there's pressure to get that sweater done, right? You want
We
it
felt
done.
we
Yeah,
felt the pressure. I think because we drank the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, of course.
It was a hype, you know. You had to have the Rhinebeck sweater, so of course we had to all have the same sweater.
We had matching sweaters. Well, I'll try and put a picture below of us. There's pictures on our Instagram page of us in the sweater. It was our first knitting retreat where we went away, the three of us.
Yes.
We got a room, we took off, we jumped in the minivan, and
It
Oh wait, so for Rhinebeck?
It was cold as hell.
it was cold.
No, it was beautiful.
Well,
It was cold.
it was cold when we first got there.
It was cold.
We had to wear all of our knits.
Oh,
like
it was
everything
great.
we brought.
Yes.
I felt like
We
Chandler
showed
Bing
everything off.
when did you guys watch Friends?
Yes.
No.
Chandler when he was wearing like everything, or Joey was wearing everything of Chandler's, like every piece of clothing.
Oh my God, no.
I will tell you, I've
wearing any
never
more?
seen so many fingerless gloves in all of my life.
Oh, really? You know,
They don't
noticed-
work. No, they don't work for me because my fingers get too cold.
Yeah.
It's just not my look.
I think they're cool. I'm actually.
I could see you wearing them.
So I really want to do mittens. I've been having like for a while, and especially those super gorgeous, classic Nordic.
Tracy Miller.
Well,
She
just
has
like the
mittens.
classic. They call them Selbu mittens, but those classic Norwegian mittens. I just think, and I really want to do it in black and white.
Oh,
With
that'd be
white
cool.
with black
Yeah.
color work.
That'd be really
pretty.
cool.
I'm sure it's pretty adventurous, but the grocery girl spoke of a book, the Selba Mittens, that I have in my Amazon cart. I'm just waiting for my husband to go, I just put everything in the cart. So I'm kind of waiting on that, but I think I'm going to dive into that this winter is going to be my goal.
Well, they're very much like socks because I did research mittens.
Actually, Tracy said how it was way easier because they're not as like long, or you're not dealing with
you don't have to do so many calculations of like how long your foot is or like how wide it is or whatever. So
but you have to make two.
Yeah, you do have to.
And you know,
just
for
like
me,
socks.
that's always a bit of an issue.
That's what socks. You would probably walk around with one sock.
I started a pair of mittens last year from the Lane magazine, Lane. There was this beautiful pair of mittens with, it looked like it had flowers on them. And I made one, and then I made half of the second one, and lost the seed. Lost
But maybe
interest.
one day you'll come back to it. Maybe one day you'll be adventurous.
The one mitten is nice and it's cozy.
You can even line it too. Can't you put that sharpet in it? You can line the mittens too.
You can. I didn't make them big enough to be able to, but you certainly could, and they would be nice, big, comfy, cozy mittens.
You could line them. So what we did for Luciana when I was, crocheting like crazy, I made her a pair of mittens and a hooded cowl that had like it was all crocodile stitch. That was really, really pretty. And the hood was all lined crocodile stitch. I made mittens to match.
I love that.
So we had a fleece from Old Navy when Old Navy first opened. And remember the fleeces were like the hottest thing.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm
Their
talking
performance
25
fleece.
years ago. Well, maybe not 20. Yeah, maybe
Oh, what?
25
the
years.
performance fleece. That's
Yeah, like 23 years ago or whatever. My husband still had this first fleece I ever bought him when we were dating.
Wow.
And I'm like, you have that? He's like, yeah, I couldn't get rid of it. I'm like, oh, God.
Aww.
So we hacked it up, lined mittens for Luciana with it.
Oh, that's cute.
That's cute.
Yeah, but of course, I think I still have more because I'm like, I'm gonna make mittens for everybody.
Everybody you know is
And I'm
getting
gonna
mittens.
line them. Yeah, but it worked out. And my husband was the one who was like, let me show you how you would line. Like, this is what I would do. Growing up with his grandmother, he learned so much. He just showed me what to do. He's like, just stitch it around, just cut around here, and then put them in, and then just sew the bottom. I'm like, oh my God.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Done.
He is amazing.
Yes,
He knows how to fix anything.
Fix anything, work a sewing machine. He will cook anything. There's
Yeah, it
really
was
nothing
funny.
my husband can't do.
Don't remember what year it was. Maybe it was like 2nd or 3rd grade, but they needed something made for school, and I was like, oh, I know exactly who could make that. He's like, don't volunteer me to make stuff. He did end up making it in the end. It was for Fun Day. It was that. Remember the pool noodle thing?
Oh yeah.
He did make it, and then after that he retired.
He
He's like, "Where's my
retired.
number?"
You know why?
He's
He's like, no,
"Don't
I'm
get
not
me
even
involved with
answering
those
her.
women."
He's like, don't even try it. But because it cuts into his fishing time.
Yes,
Let's
absolutely.
be honest.
And
He
we
is
all get fed from his fishing time, so we can't.
do, especially this summer. It's been amazing.
Well, ladies, fluke season just closed, and now blackfish season is opening. So
We had the
will
best
be...
fluke tacos with that fish last week. It was so good.
Excellent. Yeah. So they are just, I think, finishing up tuna, or I don't know what the tuna are doing, but they were doing that for a while, and now blackfish season will be opening, and that's where my husband really, really loves to do, and we'll do that all winter long.
Well, that's your favorite
As
fish,
weather.
right?
And that's
That's
your
you
favorite
love
fish.
that one,
Well,
right?
no. What did I try? Triggerfish.
Ooh, oh, that's
This
different.
this summer, triggerfish, and that was the first time I ever had that, and I was like, oh wait, I think this one's my favorite. So and then next year because obviously the season's closed, but tilefish. They keep saying how tilefish is really, really delicious, but it's deep water. So like tuna, tilefish is extremely deep water, and you know that's when you toy with the mercury, so you kind of have to be careful.
Yeah,
You know,
can't
and
eat
that's
it
where
too
you would
often.
use the what do you call it? The food saver, or where you vacuum pack and then throw that in the deep freezer, because you know you have to be careful about how much you eat out that.
So anyway, Miss Mealy, what have you been up to? I see a lot of good stuff on the table.
I have a lot of good
show.
stuff on the table. I sew as well, along with Lisa, making some bags. I just made this awesome
I'm obsessed with this.
Obsessed.
retreat bag. Actually, this one's my favorite side because I like the big
Yeah.
rose. I think it gives a pop of color. I got this fabric on Etsy at the behest of Chris's sister Nicole. I think Chelsea was out of this particular pattern, and I go, oh, let me see if I can get that fabric. I'll see if, and I found it. Couldn't believe it. So again, retreat bag. Big and roomy on the inside, 2 slip pockets with my label. I don't know if you could see that.
So
Mealy,
cute. I
yeah.
love the polka dots.
The polka dots were fun, so I played with them. I've been really into polka dots lately. So I love this bag. As you can see, I
love the
have
shape of it.
my Harry Potter that Lisa made me, and I use it like crazy.
Now, can you still get this
It's
fabric?
deceiving, like how
No.
much you could fit in there.
You can fit. So I have a sweater's worth, and a sweater that I'm working on. You know, you can fit. Plus my pattern. I have, you know, all my tools, pencils, and not markers, highlighters. So it holds a lot. Just about a sweater quantity worth too. So,
So nice.
I've been doing a lot of sewing. But I have now decided I'm gonna make this little mini backpack for our daughter Luciana. This Tricotta mini backpack
That is so cute.
by Country Cow. So cool. This is such a versatile pattern. You have so many options. You can obviously do it in vinyl and, you know, all different kinds of fun fabrics depending on your machine. I have a domestic machine, but you can do a round top, a square top, a flat pocket with a flap. You can do a cargo pocket. Like, the options are kind of endless, and the directions are just so well written out, and then there's video tutorials everywhere, along with a video tutorial from the designer, Country Cow Designs. So, of course, I had to take Luciana to pick out her own fabric, which she always has fun doing. So pretty much the main bag is going to be cork.
That's
Sparkles
So cool.
with gold flecks. And
That's
then,
incredible, Camille.
Yeah, I'm super excited. She picked this all out on her own. Yeah.
Wow.
I got everything, all of these things at Hobby Lobby.
Wow.
And then, so this fabric she picked out.
That's really pretty. I love the colors.
The
Yeah.
colors are so cool.
I think it's fun geometric shapes. It's kind of, you know,
And I like the little sparkle in the gold.
the sparkle in the gold.
It's very mature. Like, if she picked out, she did really good.
She's very middle school now.
She
6th grade.
is.
She's big time.
We need to hire her as a fabric consultant.
Seriously, right?
Right? So this is going to be the kind of the main fabric, along with the cork, the accent, I guess, on the outside. Inside, she picked out this, and she coordinated so well with gold, metallic. Oops, that may be 2 dots. So if you can see that,
Probably blowing out
But
a little
again,
bit.
yeah. But again, Hobby Lobby, amazing. So we're super psyched for our Tricotta backpack. So
I see you have your zippers.
my zippers to
Your
match, I
zippers.
picked out. They're on sale at Joann. So I figured I went with the mint, the pink, and then the cream color as my main.
I can't believe you
main
drove
zippers.
all the way to Joann's to get zippers. You couldn't get them at Hobby Lobby?
No,
Oh, all right.
they're 2 buy 3 get 2 free. It's
Oh.
worth the drive, Chris.
It is.
It
the
is
drive.
worth going out.
Is that what you
Of
going
your-
when I saw you?
2-mile radius.
You
Yes,
go to
of course it
Joanne's.
was.
My 2-mile
Of
radius.
course it was.
You know,
Yes.
Look, it's Camille.
Yeah.
You know, I
I was
won't
laying
go-
on the horn.
I won't go near Target anymore because of how they changed that circle. That circle's been the same circle since I was a kid. Now, because of Taylor's Lane, won't go near Target.
I
It's
can't-
like death
I can't
trap over
stand
there.
that circle anymore with lack of circle.
Well, you know why? They're gonna have to eventually change it. They put a freaking stop sign where you do the U-turn and then you have to stop and turn.
and wait
Never
for
gonna
everyone
happen.
to go.
Right? No.
like,
There's gonna be
That's
way too much traffic there. It's never gonna
The
work.
I'll go
traffic's
down
gonna
and
be
take-
backed up onto 35.
I will go and take the ShopRite U-turn.
That's all.
Forget it.
So I've also been shopping for fabric. I'm looking to do some really cool bags, makeup bags, and I don't know what other kind of bags, but I found this at Hobby Lobby. Cotton canvas. Fun, classy,
That's pretty.
classic, really cool tribal print. And I think I'm gonna do some black glitter vinyl accents.
Ooh, super cool.
Yeah. And then I found this again.
Ooh, that's so pretty.
So cool, tribal.
I love that. I love the blue.
And that has some silver.
It has some metallic silver. So again, a bag, makeup bag. I don't even know.
backpack.
Well, when you posted that bag went in 2 seconds.
That would be a
It
cute
did.
backpack too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This would be a really cute backpack.
People are into
So
their
I bet you
bags.
this would look really cool. I wonder if it would be okay with the cork. But maybe if I got a silver cork.
Maybe with the
Silver
silver, because
cord.
that's got the gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they have silver?
Or I can do just like a tan vinyl.
Mm-hmm.
Like a, almost like a, you know how they have the embossed vinyl?
Yeah.
I could do that.
You got options.
I don't know if my machine can handle it.
It might be time to upgrade.
Mama is saving her pennies. I am saving
Save it, girl.
my pennies for an industrial machine come the new year. I am going to hustle between doing hair. I'm also a hairdresser, so I'm going to hustle out some hair and just save my pennies, and hopefully for the new year I can buy myself a new sewing machine.
An industrial one.
An industrial sewing machine, just so I don't wear and tear on my my domestic, because of course I took a quilting class starting at the end of the month.
That'll be fun.
That will be.
That'll be
It's fun
really
to learn something new.
So I finally found a class. I finally, I'm gonna do it. And
I wonder if you're going to see
machine do it.
Sandy there.
I may see Sandy.
She's taking a quilting class too.
Yeah. So she'll be taking like the second part of
Oh, okay.
what I'm doing. I'm doing like the beginner course, but I don't know. She may be a part of it.
Maybe. That's
I don't know. She
exciting.
may not. I have no idea.
We'll see. So Lisa, what do you got going on? What's cooking with you? What are you making? What do you got going?
So currently, I'm working on. I mentioned last time my younger cousin is having a baby girl. We just had her baby shower, and I was hoping I would be done with this, but so much
Wow,
going
you're pretty
on.
far considering you only
Considering.
started it last Sunday. Seriously.
So this is
Knit,
the baby dress, the Anya dress.
The color is unbelievable.
So cute.
I'm a big purple.
This is and then
Yeah.
on the back, little button band. So I have these buttons.
Ooh.
It's got like it's silver. There it goes. And it's got like little rhinestones.
Oh wow.
So if I get to make booties too, these will go on the little booty straps.
Now,
too.
would you knit booties or would you sew booties?
Last time I made this dress, I knit the booties, and I feel like they came out a little small, so I might try and sew them, because I found some cute patterns.
Did you get the one I sent you?
It might be that one. It might be that one.
They're beautiful.
Super cute.
But yeah, so that, and then the scarf that we're all working on.
Our knit along.
Waterberry.
Another salty knit along.
So I decided to do mine in a little bit bigger yarn. This is a bulky or a super bulky. So it's a little bigger than the girls. So I just adjusted the pattern a little bit, and I went down from casting on
So
50
beautiful.
stitches to casting on 40 stitches, and
Borrow the
kinda
wires.
Yes,
So
totally.
soft and squishy.
I will totally drop them off.
cozy.
It's so cute. Those wires are game changing. When you block with
Yes.
wires, I
Yeah.
don't know where they've been all my life, but they're amazing.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
So it was a total game changer
Yeah.
because I felt like the shawl was so skinny. I'm like,
Yeah, that's what I was
Good
wondering about this.
Lord.
I was like, it's not
I'm like,
really
I don't
gonna...
know. How is this? I'm
The
like,
wi-
in the
the
picture, she
wires?
looks like she's wrapped for days or with this blanket. I'm
The
like,
wires
why
stretched it
and I'm
so
like,
much.
why does it look like this?
Well, it does now because you use the wires. It should
now
be better.
that the wires, I was
Yeah.
like, wow. Plus, I feel like everything's so straight. Sometimes when you pin them with just pins,
Yeah.
you're like a little,
Yeah,
little
little
wavy,
wiggly.
Little wavy,
wiggly.
yeah.
Yeah. So you get a really good straight as an arrow block.
I was thinking
those
of going
wires.
back and using the wires and reblocking the fading point by Hohe to see if that stretches it out. Because mine was
That's a good
mine was
idea.
really narrow, and I think that that's why, because she uses wires, and she does say in her patterns use wires. So I think that's why mine never.
Yeah,
'Cause
opened
I-
up. Well,
I
yours
don't-
opened up. It just
it
wasn't.
did.
Here's the thing as well. I think she's a loosey-goosey knitter, and that's where gauge comes in.
Right.
But you're like,
I don't
do
gauge
I really want to
swatch a
gauge
shawl.
for a shawl?
I don't actually. I never
Yeah.
do. A sweater I will, but I won't. So I may give it a twirl and see what happens.
Yeah.
And I just love how hers was so blankety.
Pretty.
Thank you.
Yes, or as Stephen West says, schlanket.
Oh, it's a
My
schlanket.
honey bun Stephen.
So cute.
I love him.
So what are you gals working on?
So I actually just finished my shawl from our knit along.
That came out gorgeous.
This was with the
Yes.
wires.
So this was with the
Wait,
wires.
Here we go.
So it's nice and big, and I used
wide.
and flowy. I used the colors that it called for, which was
So drapey.
the peanut
It
butter
is
color.
very drapey.
Oh, it's just
This is dark
so
blue.
throw over and
It's amazing.
yeah.
Hey, and then sky blue. I did it exactly as the pattern called for. So now all I have to do is weave in the thread to make it the plaid.
Plaid
to make the
looking.
plaid looking, which I will probably start doing this week.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Now, is this for you or is this?
this is for me.
Yeah.
I told my sister if you don't have the time, if she gave me the yarn, I'd make hers because this was so much fun.
But
it was so mindless.
Yeah, I do love the feel because for me, I
It's-
get hot.
it's
so
so
it's
soft.
light, but it's a
Yeah.
little something to throw over.
This is like the perfect summer going into fall or springtime.
yes,
type
early
of shawl.
spring. Sure.
'Cause it's like a cottony
Cotton,
feel.
yeah.
It is
Yeah.
a little cottony.
Yeah.
And we
This
do
is
have
that
a lot of-
retweet by Lion
Yes.
Brand. I was pleasantly surprised because sometimes with buying yarn online, it's a
Yeah, you
crapshoot.
don't know what you're gonna get.
It's a total crapshoot.
And this yarn was
So-
new to me, so I didn't know.
Yeah.
I'm very, very pleasantly surprised I would use it again. I have a ridiculous amount left over.
Right?
I have a whole thing of the blue. I only needed to use the peanut butter to cut a couple of strands.
Mm-hmm.
I could actually probably order some and make another one. But we do have at the beach, we have a lot of nights down there. Like we have a bonfire night,
Mm-hmm.
there's a camp night. So I was thinking would be great to just keep in my beach
Yeah.
bag and
Totally.
throw on. But I know
And it's very nautical. The
It
colors
is.
is
She's so nautical.
Steve
so
said,
nautical.
he's like, we need
She's
this
the
as a blanket.
saltiest of us all.
How
She's
beautiful would
the
that be to
saltiest.
have that as a blanket,
blanket.
and throw it over your couch? That would be so pretty.
So that's what I was
Oh,
going to
yeah.
ask you, Lisa. So do you think you would just double? Because this was 55 stitches. Now, I've never made a blanket and I don't know how to crochet.
You wouldn't double. You
I
would
would
have to do
probably,
more
like,
than that.
triple,
Triple,
or
quadruple.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
Totally. Depending on how big you would want it.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, so you have one side here, and then say you had double, it's still not enough. Usually you would need a good amount. sidewise.
And do you
then
block
lengthwise.
a knitted blanket? You would still block it?
I think so.
I've never blocked.
I mean, if you want it to
I've never
be-
knitted a blanket though.
If you want it to
I've only
be
crocheted.
loose and open like this,
Yeah, then you would.
But if you want the stitches to be a little closer and keep you warm,
Yeah.
then you probably might not want to stretch it so much.
I think
Okay.
too with a blanket, it tends to kind of stretch on its own
Yeah.
as it's used anyway. I would not
Sure.
block a blanket because of that reason. I have
Gotcha.
so many, but I've only crocheted blankets. I've never knitted blankets, so I can only
I just
speak
think
from
that
a
would be a
crocheted
tremendous amount of work.
perspective. What, a knitted blanket?
Knitted, a blanket, yeah. I mean,
Well, depending on how, if you're using, this would take a long time. This was only, it's got to be what? DK? Maybe worsted? A light
I
worsted?
think this was like a light worsted.
Light worsted.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it.
So-
Unless you were just want something that's going to take a year.
Yeah.
Where you
But-
can pick it up, put it down, pick it up, put it down, do a hat in between, this in between, and just kind of have always something to mindlessly pick up in between.
Well, I always do with a sweater, so I never just knit a sweater. I always have something mindless to go along with it because, you know, once you start knitting in the round and you're just doing straight stockinette, you know, and you're just knitting and knitting, it
Sometimes
becomes a
that's
little...
really great. Like
Yeah.
sometimes you're watching a show that, you know, needs your attention and you're just like, I need something that's just, you know, mindless.
Yeah.
Because I kept trying to do the darn shift cowl while watching Downton Abbey. I tried to get on that bandwagon. And you know what happened?
Nothing.
All these major things in episodes came and I completely messed up my shift cowl. And I was like, oh,
No.
this is not it. I can't,
There's some
I gotta
things,
just...
no, there's some things you can't do that. There's some
Yeah.
things, like when I remember when I started The
Depends on
Fading
the show.
Point
Yeah.
by Hohi, I had to go hide in the bedroom. And I said to Steve, nobody can bother me because I casted that shawl on so many times. It just took me, hasn't it just taken you a second to get into the groove when you cast something on?
Yeah.
Like it takes a couple tries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To see
And-
where it's going and how things are going to work out.
Right,
How
and
it's
when I
gonna make
finally
sense.
got it,
Yeah.
it was like, oh, it was like the heavens opened.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my God.
I have attempted Andrea Mary's shift cowl. This will be my fourth or fifth time. Not ever getting far, but saying, ugh, ripping it out, starting over. Then finally, after, I think this is the coming to the fourth time, I completely hate the colors. I feel like they're college, school colors, and I finally ditched one skein and I ordered another directly from Spin Cycle.
Did you get it yet?
Oh, I had it in under a week.
Wow.
And they are on completely the opposite coast.
Wow.
So I was kind of shocked how quick it really came fast. I'm not sure if I love it together with everything, but I think it's going to be a good addition. It's kind of hard because they're all so variegated. They're all so
you
different.
don't know exactly
You don't
how
want to
it's
be
gonna
too
come out.
similar because then it's not going to show up, and you want it to be opposite enough. But apparently, I went so opposite that it really looked not good.
Yeah.
See, for me, I'm not good at putting colors together, so I would either have to go into a yarn shop where somebody could help me,
Yeah.
or
Kit.
I would just do a kit, or with somebody else. Like I thought Lisa's was beautiful.
Oh yeah.
So
it was
I mean,
gorgeous.
I would.
It is gorgeous.
That's something I would probably just be like, oh, I like the way she did it, or just go on and hashtag.
Well, I
It's just
I
Cowl,
followed
and
the
you say.
hashtag, but I feel like I'm like, I don't want to do exactly.
But even
what they're
doing
and
it-
not all of that's available.
Even
It's
doing
true.
it the same 3 colors that someone else did, it might not come out exactly the same because every
True.
skein of Spin Cycle
It's
is different.
completely different.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
I feel like I got a darker version of what the color was, but they did show, okay, this is what you could get darker wise, and then this is what it might look like. So they did have a ton of pictures varying whether
different
in the kind of lighter family of that color, and then the kind of the darker family of sometimes how that comes out. So they
Oh,
do
pretty
vary,
cool.
yeah, but you just have to go in knowing that's the way spin cycle is.
True.
Which I do love that about them, but it also made it a little bit tricky for me. And you know,
That can be hard.
You know how it is though when you're going and you're shopping, you're like, oh my God, this is it, this is the best, and it's gonna be great. You know, and then you get it home, you put it to the side, you get other projects, or you do this, you do that, and it goes by the wayside, you know, and this is what happened to me. And then I picked it up, a year or two later, and I'm like, what was I thinking? Or not what was I thinking, but you were just in a different place, you were in a different mood.
Absolutely.
To me, I go very much by my mood and very much by my emotions. I kind of flow so that's where I was, and apparently it was not a good place.
God, now I kind of feel bad because I think I was there when you bought it. So now I'm like,
so why would you feel bad?
I hope you didn't ask me my opinion, and I was probably like, that's amazing.
No. No, I don't think so. I think that was very much me. I was trying to be so different, and I wanted to go so high contrast that I think it would just worked against me. It was a very deep, dark purples, and I think I got a deep, dark version of whatever the color was, and then it wound up being a bright sunshine yellow. And
it has like pink in it, doesn't it?
It did.
Kind of like a strawberry lemonade color.
Yes, but in of course, like the very middle or where I was pulling from, it was just bright sunshine yellow. And against that dark purple, I felt like, I don't even know what college or what, maybe like the Vikings. Isn't Vikings purple and yellow? I don't even know, like football, college.
And you were just like, no. But you know, I kind of felt that way when I made the Scania shawl.
I see the future of this cowl coming out good.
I felt like when I made the Scania shawl, I was like, oh, I don't like the colors that I picked.
I remember feeling that way as well.
I felt the same way too until I finished it. I was like, oh, this works.
Yeah.
This is good.
I'm going, no, as I'm knitting it, I'm going, this is a freaking Irish flag. This is the goddamn Irish flag I'm knitting. I'm like, thank you, Jesus, I'm a little Irish. And I could at least get away with it. But I'm going, oh, I don't know. This is going to be a very tight couple months. I can only wear this shawl. What's going on? And then once I finished it and saw it apparently with my wardrobe, I just kind of gravitate towards a lot of that palette anyway with the mustards and, the fall colors and that kind of thing.
Olive in there.
Yeah, I was like, I wore it so much, not realizing how much it fit into my wardrobe, that it wound up going with so many things.
Isn't that amazing?
But at the beginning, I was like, oh.
I felt that way too.
How far do I let this go before you start ripping it out and go and forget it? You know
I
what
was
I mean?
texting
Let's
pictures
throw
to
this
everybody.
on eBay.
I'm like, what do you think? Do you like this? It came out amazing in the end, and I do wear it a lot now, but it was
hairy at first, I have to say, because they have you switching colors so many different times, and it's so marled. And when you pick out the palette, you're like, oh, when you look at it skein by skein individually, like this is going to be amazing.
It's going to be amazing.
But when you start putting opposites with and I'm like, I don't know if I would do that.
Yeah.
I don't think this is going to look good.
This may not work.
I don't think this is going to work. But it's
interesting that we all felt that way.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
So all right,
because ours are all very different.
Very different.
Very, very different.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think we are. I mean, in general, we are. I mean, you definitely like bright colors.
Me, I like super bright and fall.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Lisa and I are probably a little more muted than you.
I think so.
Yeah.
I tend to go like purples. I don't know.
Purple.
Yeah.
Very
Blue.
but a lot of like beige, a lot of gray, a lot of
deep neutrals.
Pinks.
I would say.
I do a lot of pink.
You're very pink, blue,
Yeah.
muted, dusty.
Yeah.
Nothing too bright.
You like the nautical.
Yeah,
I
I like
like nautical colors. Yeah.
So the last thing that I'm working on is actually a hat for my husband, and this is Rafa's hat by Locatelli.
Ooh, that's
Steve,
nice.
that's Big Daddy.
That is
Hat
not
for
Big
Big
Daddy.
Daddy.
Hat,
No.
but it is a hat for Big Daddy.
It's a hat for Big Daddy.
And I'm actually making this. It's actually, I think it's worsted weight yarn, and this is actually Spud and Chloe.
I've made so many baby things with Spud and
Feel how
Chloe.
soft that
They're
is.
my favorite. I love
That's
Spud
nice.
and Chloe.
That's really nice.
So soft.
One of my favorites.
So the plan was to make the same hat for my husband and both of my sons, but unfortunately, I don't think that this is going to work for my youngest. He's 10. I think it's going to be too big. So I'm probably going to make him something different, but still in the same yarn, so that way they all have kind of a matching hat. So that's kind of where I am. The majority of the hat is just this this 1x1 rib, and then you do a knit and a purl row, and then you start the rib again. So it's pretty basic, but it's gray. And
That's really nice.
yeah,
Heck.
you know what? I thought it was
Yeah.
different because they
It's
have.
a little, I have to say, you want to laugh? A, that looks like Steve,
A little bit.
Big Daddy. B, that looks like the freaking hat we hustled for. Like, we went all over Salem, Massachusetts looking for a hat
Well,
for
he's got
Steve.
a look. He's got a
He
certain
does.
style.
He sticks with his look.
He sticks with his look.
He doesn't deviate.
He
from
would
the
never wear anything too out of the box. He's very simple when it comes to that kind of stuff. Well, that was the thing. I didn't want to just make him a beanie because last time we were in Massachusetts, he bought that black beanie. So I wanted
That's what
to
I
do
mean.
something a
But
little
this
different.
looks more like his speed. It's a little
Yeah.
slouchy,
Right.
a little bit more edgy for Big Daddy.
Yes, so I think he'll love it. The yarn is amazing. I actually picked this up from Chelsea.
Which one is that? Oh,
Spud
that's
and-
the Spud and
Spud and
Chloe.
Chloe, yeah.
But I don't know if it's the light or is it heathered? Is it a little bit of heathered?
It's a heathered
Blues
gray.
and grays?
Yeah, it probably is blowing out. Maybe that's probably more like what it looks
It might
like.
be my eyes right now.
I don't know. I tried your glasses on before. Lisa and I were dying laughing.
Why?
Because
These are my Gwen Stefani's from
No.
Costco.
I was like, oh my gosh, everything looks like super
She
big.
was like, I can't see a thing.
Everybody tells me you got this is nothing. My husband's like, this is nothing. My husband's blind as a bat.
So is Steve. If Steve tried those on, he would be like, this is like, what has
Nothing.
she got
Yeah,
going on here? Nothing.
actually, yeah. But I love my Gwen Stefani's from Costco.
They're very cute.
I get so many
I
compliments.
love the colors in the frames. There's so many different
Yes.
browns and turquoise. They're very
I love,
pretty.
love, love.
So what
these
do you have in
glasses.
that bag? You're working on a sweater. You're going to show
I
us,
am.
right?
Sweater, yeah.
Come
My
on.
beautiful daughter, Miss Luciana. So we should probably have a whole episode on our Rhinebeck episode.
Oh, yes.
That will be next podcast.
I almost
Because
died.
Oh,
That deserves a whole bottle
She
of wine by
literally
itself.
almost died.
She almost died. I almost passed out from panic attack mode. And Lisa's just
I came along for the ride.
cheap. You bought
we will go
ridiculous
back.
yarn.
I bought ridiculous amounts of yarn.
No, Norwegian. She was
It
like,
was
she
the-
drank the Kool-Aid at every
She
freaking
got yarn
corner.
from Norwegia.
Every corner. She's like, where is that from? I'll buy it. I'll take it. Sweater quantity.
Cheese?
Yes. Yes! Cheese!
She bought the cheese.
I was sipping whiskey. I was like, this is my kind of show. The wine, they had the warm mead.
Yeah.
And then the whiskey, and she was over there tasting cheeses.
Taste and cheese.
I still want to go back to that
$20.
restaurant.
That restaurant
That
was
restaurant that we
amazing.
went to that night that you took
Oh.
us to, where is it, Kingston?
Yes, it was in Hudson.
Hudson?
Upstate New York, Hudson.
So I still remember that pasta like it was yesterday.
Yes.
That's
Did
a
I
that's
have
a that's a
You guys got pizza. It was so boring.
It's a
Girl,
cute little
the
town.
pizza was nothing compared
I
to
got
the
pizza.
pasta.
You know
loved
why?
it.
Yeah.
We were
But-
so exhausted. I just didn't even want to mess. I was like, just give me lots of wine. I had 2 glasses of wine and pizza. I didn't want to deviate. I didn't want to have to think. I was so exhausted.
We
We were
passed
up
out.
to 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah, we passed
It was
out.
insane.
We
It
did.
was the best. It was the worst. And I would probably do it again.
Mm-hmm. So we
And
do
it was
try.
such an experience.
Yeah, we try to go away every year. Last year we went to Cape May. We go away every October. Unfortunately, it didn't happen this year.
Well, the reason why we went away last year to Cape May is because we were boycotting Rhinebeck. It was so crazy.
Not for any particular
No.
reason, just the fact that
We did it once, and it was very overwhelming.
it was a lot of people.
It was a unique experience as well that I think it needed not every year.
Remember we got yelled at by the lady at the llama? The leaping llamas?
Yeah, we got yelled at.
We got yelled at a group
for
of
just
women.
standing there.
Apparently, they did not want to.
People get angry when there's too many people together. They get angry.
Well, first of all, we walked up there at 8:30 in the morning, you know, and we got online, and people were yelling at us. Don't you remember?
Yeah, we were getting
when the
yelled at.
woman with the megaphone was like, "Okay, if you have already paid and you have your tickets, stand here. If you don't have your tickets, go on this line. Come forward." And we went forward, and you were like, "Oh, what are you doing? You gotta get in the back of the line. Where do you think you're going?"
No, we don't. We have our tickets.
So right away, I was like, "Well, I just had a 2-hour drive and way too much coffee. You better back off."
And we needed a bathroom.
Right away. I gotta pee.
Yes. We needed a bathroom.
It was ridiculous.
Thank God the security guard was so sweet. She brought us to the bathroom before it opened.
You know, but that's the sad thing. But that just set, for me, it just set a tone.
It
and
set the tone
it put
of
me
the
off.
day.
It put me off.
Yeah.
And then the fact that we had, unbeknownst to us, who Miss Babs is, had no clue.
We know now.
We know now.
We know
And we
now.
loved her, and I have to say, I loved her yarn.
And we know why people wait. However, at the time, we
had
were
no clue. So we were in line, and
let's go to Miss Babs.
but apparently we were at the prime spot, and we had no clue.
We were the first ones in.
The super secret, super beeline to her booth entrance, and we didn't even know it.
We didn't even know it.
And I think that's why everybody got
Everyone was so
everybody
tense.
was so, dare I say, salty. They were salty.
They
So
got salty with the salty pearls.
seriously,
They did.
nobody's
took
saltier
off-
than us.
They took off running.
They did.
I was like, where's everyone going?
Well, the floodgates opened with the passes, and they ran.
They were
and
pushing.
we were like,
we're
go,
from New Jersey.
go. We were like, go ahead. Let me move out of your way before
I am
you
so
mow
sorry
me
for
down.
getting in your way.
Well,
And then I literally got mowed down.
wait. Day 2,
Day 2.
we go at the same. We're like, well, let's hit the same spot up. We got prime
By day 2, we were
parking.
old pros.
We were pros.
We knew
Yeah.
exactly where we were going.
Exactly. Let's stand in line. Got there early. The women start talking to us. Have you tried Miss Babs yarn?
I have not.
Did you get a skein of Miss Babs?
No,
Did you get the Rhinebeck 2018 colorway?
What
And
do
now
you
we're
mean
like-
you haven't gone to Mrs. Babs'
We're like,
shop
I
yet?
don't know. What's Miss Babs?
Who is she?
Oh
We started
my God!
saying
you
to
did-
ourselves, what are we missing?
Yeah,
We are
what
missing
are we
something
missing?
That
So-
everyone knows about.
And then that's when it happened.
We drank the Kool-Aid. So we go to Mrs. Babs.
And now we start walking a little fast, and we're like,
We go to
Tap
Mrs.
in our
Babs.
step.
And there's a whole wall of yarn. So I
And
said,
we were in the one of the first 10 people in there.
10
first
people, easily.
come on in.
So we get there, and her apparently claim to fame is her year of the Rhinebeck colorway 2018. That's what that's what everybody's going to buy. So there's one wall of it, and it's a mishmash.
Massive wall. Up and
DK,
down.
bulky, fingering, this way, mohair,
Over there.
this way.
So I muscle in.
Everything.
Come here, Lisa. What do you want?
She's
I'll
like,
get it.
I'm getting DK and bulky. I'm going free for the DK. You want sparkle?
I'll get you sparkle.
Let's go. And you're digging through this one thing of yarn up and down.
And
She goes,
boom.
I'm going down. I'm gonna look right down here.
Get
She
in there.
squats down. She gets kicked in the
I
head.
got kicked in the head.
Kicked in the
Kicked
head
in the
by
head.
some random who was
Because I was in her
hot
way.
to trot and in her way, and Chris goes, "Oh my God,
My head!
oh my God,
I got kicked in the
somebody kicked me!"
the
get
yarn?
it? Did you get the yarn?
And she went, did you get the yarn?
Did you get the yarn?
I
She
did
goes,
get
I
the
got
yarn.
the glitter. I got the glitter.
And I still have that sparkle yarn. It's amazing.
So,
Then,
we got online, it's fine, right? Lisa and I are paid because she's still kibitzing buying more, right? Lisa and I pay for ours. We step to the side. She is waiting online. Now, there is some chickie in a jazzy,
you know, the scooter, the
the
motorized
scooter, in line behind Chris.
behind me.
This poor woman loses control of her jazzy.
And who's in front of her?
Now Lisa and I,
Quick New York reaction.
New York City, we very easily step back. Let that bitch roll. Let her go. She plows into an entire, what do you call it? Partition. Partition.
Of all photos, the lady was trying to hold
Glass
on.
frame.
Lisa saw it. She's like, oh my God, Chris,
6
move.
foot tall partition. But she goes, and the woman goes, boom. Oh my God. Boom. Oh my God. I'm okay. Nobody's worried about you, honey buns. You're in a seat.
But then she
We're
turns
worried about this poor woman's artwork.
that the three of
That
us are now
is slammed
holding
down.
the artwork up. And she goes, oh, do you have the chunky base? I'm like, you almost just ran me over,
Chris
Cassie.
had
Took
to
down a wall, and you want to know about
She
chunky
dove
yarn.
out of the way to just miss the jazzy. Just missed. You would have had tire marks on your face.
I said, we gotta go. This is it. This is too much for me. I don't run for yarn. I've been kicked in the head. I had the most amazing cost in the world. And this lady almost killed me on her chassis. And I felt
Then after that, that's when we got yelled at by the leaping llamas.
The Leaping Llamas.
And I was like, I'm done. I am done. Goodbye, Rhinebeck.
We had our fill.
Maybe next year. We had our fill, like Disney. I'm good for 5 years.
Yeah.
not me, I go every year.
I'm good for 5 years after that trip.
But I will say to you, maybe next year.
I
would
think
con-
I got
could-
the itch. I
yeah.
got the itch now. It's been a while.
I would go, and Lisa, correct me if I'm wrong. I would go to Rhinebeck the first day and maybe do more sightseeing the second day, because I don't feel like there was anything I got the second day that I couldn't have gotten the first day.
But I feel like you still couldn't.
I would do the opposite. I would go the Sunday, because the Sunday was a little less people.
A little
I
less
felt like
crowded.
Saturday was like a mad rush
Yeah,
to get
okay.
to every booth, and people were just like coming out of their
Psycho.
skin. They were
Crazy.
psycho.
I don't think we
Crazy.
need 2 days. I think if we did that, if we went up there, I would love to see those castles. There was gorgeous castles
yes.
up there.
Yes.
Do some sightseeing.
Yeah.
And here's the best
Yeah.
part. People go crazy over Mrs. Babs, and they wait in that line, and they smack you in the head, but she has it all online. And she's like, I don't even understand why people are standing here waiting like this. It's all online.
Anything you were to
Not the Rhinebeck.
Not the Rhinebeck.
not the Rhinebeck
color.
color. And she holds back. So she
Right.
only puts out half of what she has, say, on Saturday, right? The Saturday's
Mm-hmm.
the first day. She puts out half of the colorway, 2018 or whatever the year it is, Rhinebeck 2020, right? Or whatever. And then the next day she puts out Sunday, she puts out the second half. This way everyone has
Has
an
a chance.
equal
Yeah,
opportunity.
everyone's
Which
got a
is
chance.
amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's such a
totally.
great
She's so
idea.
considerate.
You're right.
And anything other than the Rhinebeck colorway, she has on her website at a discount. I even think she might have said something about the shipping. I might be wrong. But she goes, I don't know why everybody's rushing and goes crazy. She says she tries to not make it so crazy.
Yeah, right. That's
where
what she
people
said.
rush and whatever. She's like, it's ridiculous that I give it at a discount if you're not buying the colorway.
Yeah.
You know, and
She
she
tries
tries
to
to
avoid-
space out both days so that everyone has the equal opportunity to buy the darn 2018. And I have to say, I got the darn colorway. I don't like it. I drank the Kool-Aid. And I probably won't make anything
I
with
just
it.
haven't
You
used
did?
it yet.
I don't.
do.
I
I
haven't,
haven't used
I don't
it
like
yet.
it.
I want to
May-
use it on like just the perfect thing.
I did.
So you're sitting on it.
I'm sitting on it. So most of the things I bought that weekend are still in the bag.
Okay, so
I never opened the bag and like took anything out.
I made the DK. I made the hipster cowl by Locatelli with the DK. I never used the sparkle, but I feel like there will eventually be the right project for
It's
it.
gonna be the perfect thing for it.
Totally.
I was disappointed in the fact that I couldn't get to Primrose. I would have really liked to see what Primrose had, but you just couldn't get in any. You couldn't even get in
Wait,
there.
I was looking at Primrose while you were getting run over.
Yeah.
I scored the Primrose, and this is actually what I made I'm making my daughter's a beautiful sweater from Tin Can Nets called Boardwalk. And it's the cardigan where you can make it either going forward, where you can wear it as a cardigan, buttons down, or you can wear it as a sweater and have the buttons going down the back.
And you bought those
which
pretty
I love.
little buttons
And
from Rhinebeck.
I did, and I can't remember where I bought the buttons from. I do have them, but they are literal tree branches that have been sliced and glazed. So the buttons are real tree branches. Look at my amazing
Oh
sweater.
my gosh, this sweater is incredible.
So,
The color,
Yeah,
that's Primrose.
so
well, yeah,
pretty.
this is Primrose. So this is, it's gonna go like this, obvi, with split hems on the side, which you do first. So it's a bottom up. So I thought was super cool. I love doing simple things like a sweater, and I love learning the different ways that people do them. Like there's 100 ways to make a sweater.
Yeah.
So I love that you did the two front panel ribbing separate. You did this one left hem, right hem, back hem. Everything was separate, and then you knit
and
them
then you knit
all
them.
together, which was fun. I mean, it was fun to do. It was something different. It was great. And this is the pattern by Tin Can Knits.
Love Tin Can Knits. If you are a beginning knitter, this is who you want to look at.
Yeah, Boardwalk. And like I said, my daughter, Miss Luciana,
Those are the
is
sizes?
gonna. Yeah, this is so size inclusive.
Wow.
Super size inclusive. So our daughter is wait. I gotta put my Gwen Stefani's on.
Oh,
This
get the glasses, girl. Get the
seriously.
glasses.
My daughter is 10 sizes in.
Wow.
And I'm doing the, I guess, extra small.
They
for
have
her.
sizes from like newborn, infant.
Yes. So you have 0 to 3 months, all the way to a 4XL.
And it's super cute. I think anybody could wear this sweater.
Oh
I
my
think
gosh.
it's adorable. I'd wear it.
It's amazing.
It's adorable.
Their patterns are insane. I can't, for one price, I can't even, because that's how long I bought it. I don't even remember what it was, how much it was. But regardless, even if it was $7, $8, you got like freaking 20, 15 patterns in one.
Sweaters
15
for everybody.
sizes. Seriously, everybody. You get a sweater.
And you get a sweater.
And you get a sweater. Seriously. But look at how adorable. The mother and the daughter, you know, walking down the street. What?
Don't show the pattern.
What do you mean?
So little hands.
Oh, like that. Yeah,
Steve,
sorry.
edit that part out.
Everybody gets a sweater. Look at how cute they look walking down the street. That's
I
going to
love
be me
it.
and Luciana.
That's adorable.
Seriously.
And I love, we'll have to show you the buttons at some point because it's really cute when you're finished with it.
Yeah, look at the little girl. Oh, she's so sweet. Look how cute.
Very cute.
Yeah. That's
I like
it.
the yarn. The
all I
color is
got.
great.
Oh, so the yarn, Primrose. The color is Dawn Dapper.
That's so pretty.
I
Which
love
I
their
don't,
colors.
I don't get the name, but I love the color. So cool. Beautiful, beautiful, variegated light blue. Totally.
It's going to be adorable. We'll have to have Luch come and you'll...
Oh,
have to
she'll
see-
model.
she'll model it.
Oh,
She's
absolutely.
She's a pistol.
She's hot stuff.
She's hot stuff.
So
for
what's
sure.
this
With her
pile here?
backpack, it matches her
So,
backpack.
it does match her backpack. How crazy is that? We're in a theme right now.
I did do a little bit of shopping. I really want to make the Trails End hat, and I just keep buying yarn. So I did pick up by Malabrigo. It's just their color natural.
Love Malbrigo.
Love it. And then I loved this with it because, well, and this is actually Cascade Farms Wave. So I really liked this color, and I thought like that
It's
with
really
this.
pretty.
But here's my question, Lisa. Here's what I'm confused about. This is got to be worsted weight. It's 20 to 22 stitches. Isn't that worsted? That's not sport. Isn't sport like 20?
Well,
It might be a light worsted.
it could be.
I think it'll work though.
Do you think so? Because I was
Well, here's
no,
the thing.
this isn't a worsted.
no.
That's not a worsted.
Because it said when I saw the stitches, I was like, really 20?
But you're pulling it. But if
Well-
you leave it like that, look at this here.
Yeah,
this
but
is way
when you
than
knit,
this.
when you knit it, it's tighter than
Mm.
it looks in here.
I think I'm just gonna go with
is
it.
this fingering? Because that's what it calls for.
Well, no, that's 20 to 22 stitches. And when you look on the chart, 20 to 22 stitches is not sport weight.
No, the pattern. What does the pattern call for?
The pattern calls for sport weight or fingering weight. You can do it in either one. So when I bought this, I thought it was sport weight, but then when I looked at the stitch count when I get home, because who checks when you're in the store, right?
This
Now,
is I have to say, I'm gonna go out on a limb here. Malabrigo is probably one of my favorite brands of yarn. And this is Arroyo, the
Yeah.
Arroyo line, which I love.
it's so soft.
Love. They're my favorite. Malabrigo
I
is
really
my
love Malabrigo.
absolute favorite.
So I'm gonna go with it. I'll see how it works.
Go with it. See how it does. I mean, looking at this to me looks like a DK or sport.
Okay.
They're like one step away from each other.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with it.
So I think it'll work.
Okay, so, yep, so this is gonna be a hat
That's gorgeous. Gorgeous.
together.
That's really
So I'm
pretty.
really excited about that.
Allie, what's wrong?
Come see us. And then I just happened to pick up some Manos del Uruguay in the Fino. This is what Lisa's sweater is in. So I did pick up 4 skeins.
Now that it's so funny because now that you're showing it, I'm shocked that it might not have been an option at the time. This looks just like your.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised we didn't do your sweater in that.
Well, the reason I did not do my sweater in this color is, and Christina did have the yarn in the shop.
She did?
She did. That's where, yeah, you and I bought it in the shop, and didn't Lisa buy the
Turkish
purple from you?
Delight. I love the name.
So I actually did it in the pink color that Isabell Kraemer did it in, and I loved it. That sweater, I love the color, I love the whole thing. So when I was able to get this color, I figured, you know what, this will probably be, even though I do have a sweater already in this color, I'll probably
The
make.
color looks so good on you. So
I actually
It is.
thought,
I think it's her skin and her hair, and it
My
just
hair's-
goes great with
Yeah.
everything.
I don't know what my hair color is. You'd have to ask Camille. It's just black, right?
It's really dark.
It's really dark black.
really dark. Yeah, you're
My roots could use a touch-up. We'll have
Well-
to get together this week.
get together this week.
for a little powwow. So I was actually thinking of making the Arwen sweater again, but not doing the lace work because I really like the fit of the sweater a lot. So I thought that would be a different sweater, but I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what it'll be?
Oh, I love though. I love.
love the
It's
bobbles.
so
I love
quick.
the
It's
lace.
such a small area.
yeah.
It would be a shame if you skipped that,
I
Chris.
love the lace.
It gave it a little interest. Yeah, a little spice.
Well, even if you wanted to skip the bobbles, maybe, but like the lace part, I love the lace too.
I mean, there's so much. I mean, I think
know, I
there's so
love it
much I
all.
can make with it. So I do love it all. And then I, of course, am using my bag that was made by Camille.
Oh my
She,
God, 100 years
yes,
ago. It's one of
she-
my first bags.
yes, I still use it.
Wow.
My favorite bag.
I can't believe you still have it.
Of course I do. Are you kidding, girl?
Oh my goodness.
This will be going in the ground with me. Don't forget my bag. It's coming in with me. That a truly and
Put it in the
my
will.
knitting needles.
We gotta put it in the
Oh, maybe
will.
I'll have to will it to you guys. You can
Aw.
share it.
You better not go.
Well, wait a minute.
You're going
like,
with me.
it's like you're
Go
going
anywhere.
before
No,
us.
I am telling you, my goal is for the 3 of us to end up in a nursing home together. Could you freaking imagine?
Can you imagine?
We'd be in so much trouble.
Totally.
We would be in so much trouble. It,
Yeah.
would, it would be hysterical. And then the kids
I
would
would
never
be
come
in
visit
trouble.
us.
Lisa would just be laughing.
For no reason.
For no
Chris
reason.
would be going, I don't know what you're doing. Why are you doing that? You're out of your mind. What are you,
What's wrong with
crazy? Stop it. Yeah. She'd be the voice of reason.
And then I'll be on my own
wild card.
Jazzy and I'll be running people over. You
Yes.
two better watch out if I ever
Yeah.
need a scooter.
She's going to be like, I didn't see you.
Yeah.
So if you like this video,
Give it a thumbs up and a subscribe or a like.
and look us up on Instagram. Stay tuned if you're interested in the Salty Pearls Chelsea Yarn collaboration for the bag. Keep your eyes peeled there and at Chelsea Yarn so you can get one for yourself. All right. Bye, guys. We'll see you soon.